All right, what is up? We are back for the second part of the Google Docs Level 2 Scavenger Hunt. So this will get you everything that you need to know as well. So first thing that we're going to do is, let's say that we're working on something right here and I need to assign this to someone else. I need to notify my partner. Maybe we're working on a project to fix this. So if I do that, I can add a comment. I could say fix this sentence, but right now it's not going to go to anyone. It's just going to be here in the document. I want to notify that person. So I just click the plus and then type in that person's name or their email address and click right that. I can assign it to them and click assign. And that makes sure that they get a notification about that. And they actually have to come back here and they can blah, 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 do it or whatever, and then mark as done, saying that they did that. Another thing is that sometimes I might want this, I want to change a font. Well, if I click here, I have a variety of fonts right here. You might not have as many because I've added some additional fonts. So if I want to go to more fonts up here, I can add in some different fonts. I could click, I want a display font like for a poster or something, a handwriting one that looks more kind of like this Gloria Hallelujah right here, monospace, it takes up one space, serif or sans serif. And if I knew exactly which one I wanted, like Annie User Telescope, it's a handwriting one, you can click that, puts a check right there. And I could click OK, and now that paragraph has changed, and I can change the size of that paragraph as well. Nice thing is that, like, if I want like 16, I can just type it in. I don't have to use these steps right here. So you can do that. If I want to, like, let's say I made a mistake or I wanted to go back to something I did earlier because I closed this document and came back to it and I'm like, oh no, where'd that stuff go? If I click right here, or if I go to File Version History, I'm able to see all the different changes that happened in this document. And I could click this expand and I could see a few more details right here. And I could go back to those different versions. So like maybe I want to say like original rough draft. I can name that one as well. So I know that's the one, that's my rough draft right there. If I wanted to go back to it, I just click restore this version and click restore, and voila, we're back to that. If you're working collaboratively, you'll be able to see the different changes that other people made as well. So we already learned how to insert an image, but I can insert a drawing and I can make a new one right from here, or I can find one from my Google Drive that I've already made in Google Drawings, like this photo editing sticker. I can insert that right here. And what I would like to do is I would like to keep this linked to source. So that means when I update that drawing, if it changes, it's automatically going to update in this document. So it keeps them linked together. So if I made changes to this, it would appear in here as well. If I'm doing some research, I might want to include footnotes. So you've probably seen footnotes in textbooks or in the Bible or things like that. They're the little letters or numbers that tell you, hey, here's some more information at the bottom of the page right here. So like, let's say I add a citation for this. I'm going to click Insert Footnote, and you'll see that little one appears. It gives me a nice little break right here with a 1, and this is my footnote right here. All right, so another thing is that most of these margins are correct for, like, if you're doing a research paper, but sometimes you might want bigger margins because maybe you want, maybe you're like typing something out or making a poster or anything like that, and you want it to fit on one page and it's just not fitting there. Well, there is some wasted space on the sides and the tops, and those are called your margins. So if I wanted to change that, I could go to File, Page, Setup. And the margins are right here. Right now they're 1 inch, but I could change this to 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. And I can also change my paper size as well. So maybe I'm using like longer pieces of paper. If I'm going to print this out, I could do that as well. But if I click OK, you'll notice, boom, the margins changed right there. Another nice thing is just these add-ons. If I click add-ons and get add-ons, there's a variety of extra tools that work for Google Docs right here. This is one I would recommend, this EasyBib Bibliography Creator. It makes citing your sources and creating a works cited page super easy so that you don't have to do any work at all. I wish I had that when I was a kid. So I can just choose to highlight those. You can browse through, see some different types right here that maybe you want to use. Okay, next is that if I just wanted to do some voice typing, I can. So if I wanted to, be able to type, and click Tools, Voice Typing. And now I can type my sentences, period, and I could type another sentence if I wanted to, period. I could start this one on a new paragraph. And there we go. So I could just keep typing like this. It's just going to start recognizing my voice, and it'd be a great way to type really fast if I needed to. Alrighty, let's keep going here. So we got those margins right there. Like let's say, all right, I wanted to actually make all of these things right here. Maybe I wanted to make a numbered list right here. And you know what, maybe in front of each one, I want to say paragraph 1, because maybe I want to use like a table of contents, or maybe I'll say, yeah, paragraph 1. Well, if I do this, one important thing for a table of contents is to use some different text styles right here. So right now, this is probably what you've used all the time, the normal text style, because you're just typing normal text. If I click this, I can make different things like a title and a subtitle that has different formatting for it. And a subtitle, you see smaller, has a little more gray and some extra spacing right there. But if I want to use like a table of contents, so my document will know like, hey, this is how things are laid out. Here's how I link to different things. I just click like heading 1 right there. And I could do the same. I could do heading 1. Paragraph 2, so on and so forth. And I got some extra spaces in here that are getting on my stuff right here. So now if I went to Tools, Insert, and I click Table of Contents, I get this one with page numbers or with blue links. So blue links is nice so that I could just jump to those different paragraphs. Oops, I should actually put that at the beginning, right? I'll click that. We'll insert a table of contents, so we'll do the blue links. So now if I click right here, it'll take me down to paragraph 1 or paragraph 2. And if I put that on a new page, oops, let me put a page break right here. Boom. Okay, if I clicked paragraph 2, it's going to just jump me down right there. So that's a great reason to use some of those different styles right there. And I think that's all your, last thing, a hanging indent right here. So a hanging indent is really used in your works cited page. Just means that the, and I'm going to change these margins back a moment. Let me, 1, 1, 1, 1. Hanging indent means that everything but the first line is indented. Okay, so you'll see right here, we're aligned right here. If I press tab, that means the first line is indented. Nothing else is. I want that to be the opposite. And you'll notice that when I press tab, these are the things that happen. This one right here, if I highlight it, it's called a first line indent. Okay, so that tells me where my first line should be. This right here is a left indent, and it tells me where everything else should be, where the rest of the paragraph should be. So it's saying the rest of the paragraph is here, first line is here. Basically, we need to switch that. Okay, so I'm going to delete this tab. I'm going to move my left indent to 1/2 inch. I'm going to take my first line indent, that top part, and move it back right there. And voila, we have a hanging indent. All right, so that should be everything that you need to know to finish the Google Scavenger Hunt Level 2.